It's December, we're approaching Christmas time, and it's an incredible opportunity to share with friends, to share with family members in the midst of all the commercial hubbub what Christmas means to us and what Jesus means to us. And it's a very exciting time, but it can also be challenging, daunting. How do we share with friends? How do we share with family? We might feel like we've had experiences of sharing before and it hasn't gone well, and what do we do about that? And so in this video series, we're going to give people a lot of insight and tips into how to share with various kinds of friends from various kinds of backgrounds. But I get to start us off by asking what I think is a foundational question to all the conversations we might have. I teach in intercultural studies, and one of the principles we teach people is to pay attention to the prior question of trust. We live in a post-Christian or increasingly post-Christian society, and many people think they know what Christian faith is and who Jesus is, and they've decided they don't want that. We also, at Christmas, are with many people we're close to or have spent years with, and we might carry baggage, have past experiences or events that make it hard for us to feel like we have credibility or the level of trust we need to say anything more. And so I want to give us a little help in answering that first question, that prior question of trust. I wrote my first book at Einstein Bagels, and it was a really fun process. I'd asked the manager if I could write the book there, and she said yes after letting me know I could do so if I thanked her, and I did in the book. And I got to know the people at Einstein Bagels, and one of them was Sam. And Sam and I began building a relationship, and I'll never forget the day I was walking through the line and filling up my cup with my chocolate macadamia nut coffee, maybe for the third time. And Sam was trailing behind me. And Sam was a guy, he had a Baptist mom and a Muslim dad. He wasn't sure which end was up. I don't know if he was List or Baptist or exactly what it was. But Sam suddenly, expostulated. He suddenly just broke out, "Rick, you're not one of those people that thinks you're right and everybody else is wrong and that you have the only way to God, are you?" How would you answer that? Sam obviously had a lot of energy on it, and there were several people sitting around who looked up at that moment and wanted to see what I would answer. And I think the Holy Spirit nudged me to ask a question that I've often asked in those kinds of situations. I just said to Sam, "Why do you ask?" And Sam said, "I have this cousin who's been going to this church, and he carries around this huge Bible, and every time I'm around him, I feel judged and rejected, and I just don't even want to go near him anymore." You can imagine how much trouble this cousin is going to have sharing his faith with Sam at Christmas when they see each other. And so I realized Sam's question was not theological. It was not apologetic. He was not asking for reasons and logic. Sam wanted to know how I was going to treat him because he had broken trust with his cousin. So I remember saying at that point, "Oh, Sam, I am not one of those people that thinks I'm right and everybody else is wrong. I am wrong more often than I'm right. I hate when people do that to me. I just want you to know I'm sorry that happened to you. And I would never want to say that to you or do that to you." But what I can say about my faith is that I didn't need someone to help me find a set of steps to get to God, a ladder to climb to get to God. I was pretty messed up. I wasn't going to climb that ladder. And Sam, I know you pretty well. You're pretty messed up too. Almost as messed up as I am. And I don't think you need a ladder to climb to get to God. And the wonderful message of Christmas is God climbed down the ladder to get to us. That's what I needed. I think that's what you need. I think that's what everybody needs. So Sam, I care about you, and what do you think of that? And it was a fun conversation at that, after that. The prior question of trust had been answered. The real message behind Christmas got communicated, and that led to a friendship and to a journey that Sam kind of went on that I got to be part of. So Christmas time is that great time when God answered the prior question of trust and came down as one of us. And he calls us to do the same, to first live the story, and then after we've built trust or rebuilt broken trust, speak the story.